Kelsey Mitchell takes it to the basket here, a little step back. Natasha Howard with the hustle play. And that was something I also realized from these first 4 minutes of footage. And so that was something, even in this first 40 seconds of this clip, the way that they are moving on defense, this first unit, is just really promising. Natasha Howard is everywhere on the court. She is going to hustle. Someone who also really impressed me already, which I've been impressed with her game, whether she's on the Fever or not.
Did you see what happened when the Indiana Fever revealed their starting five? Dana Bonner, Nelissa Smith, Kelsey Mitchell, and Caitlin Clark on the court together has literally sent shockwaves through the WNBA. The defensive intensity they showed in that viral scrimmage footage is something we haven't seen from the Fever in years. Over 120,000 people watched that scrimmage video in just hours. Why? Because this isn't just any lineup. It's a statement. Caitlin Clark's physical transformation alone is making opponents nervous. But when you add Bonner's championship leadership and Howard's defensive energy, this starting five might be the most intimidating new lineup in the league. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video.
One thing I noticed about this clip right here, and I'm gonna pause it really quick. One thing I noticed here was that their defense is moving really well together. And that is something that I've heard in interview clips, I've seen in different things on social media. That is one thing that the Indiana Fever do want to focus on, and that is one thing that stood out to me almost immediately, though, is you can see who the projected starters are going to be. So that's DeWanna Bonner, Aaliyah Boston, Natasha Howard, Kelsey Mitchell, and of course, Caitlin Clark at the point guard. Something that Stephanie White has had an emphasis on. And that is also something from last season that the Indiana Fever didn't necessarily do too well with their individual man-to-man and also their rotation. You guys know what I'm saying, off-ball rotation.
Did you see Caitlin Clark's transformation? I mean, the difference is night and day. The rookie who sometimes struggled with the physical demands of the WNBA has completely rebuilt her body during the offseason. The training camp footage has everyone talking. Clark looks like she hit the gym hard, showing up with noticeably more muscle and a confidence that's sending shockwaves through the league. Remember all those veterans who said she'd never handle the physicality? Well, they're sweating now. Clark didn't just make small improvements, she committed to a complete physical overhaul. Working with her strength coach Sarah for 6 straight months, Clark attacked the weight room like she attacks defenses. This wasn't a casual decision either. She deliberately skipped lucrative overseas playing opportunities that most rookies jump at. Instead, she locked in on exactly what her body needed to withstand the WNBA grind. I certainly feel a lot stronger, Clark admitted, and you can see it in every move she makes. The transformation wasn't just about looking different, it's completely changed her game. Where contact used to knock her off balance last season, now she's powering through defenders. Those finishing problems at the rim, gone. The fatigue that would hit her in fourth quarters, not anymore.
DeWanna Bonner just knows where to be, and you can see her almost being a floor general without the ball. You can see her pointing to certain places, finding the open man, and that was something that really impressed me. Obviously, getting to it. She's a veteran, she's in the right place at the right time, even though this is the first time that they're on the court together and they're still like working out their offenses, figuring out each other's play style. Fast, they are moving the ball, they are going up and down the court. That is one thing that you have heard from every single player on this Indiana Fever team, is that they want to play fast.
What's crazy is how Clark identified her biggest weakness and turned it into a strength. I'm really thankful for Sarah, our strength and conditioning coach. Clark said, "We were in here consistently. That consistency is paying off in ways that have veterans legitimately concerned. Her once exploitable lack of strength has disappeared, replaced by a physical presence that creates all kinds of new problems for defenders." But it's not just the physical changes that have the league on notice. Clark's entire mentality has shifted. Last year was about proving she belonged. This year, she's focused on team chemistry and winning games. You can see it in how she's connecting with Dana Bonner on the court, building chemistry that will translate to actual games. Instead of hunting her own stats, she's learning how to elevate everyone around her. The impact of this transformation can't be overstated. Defenders who could bump Clark off her spots last year now bounce off her. Guards who could stay with her on drives now face a stronger, more explosive athlete who maintains her incredible skill level. It's creating matchup problems that teams simply don't have answers for. Teams scheming to stop Clark's new offensive dominance are missing the bigger threat. While all eyes are on Caitlin's transformation, the Fever's defense has undergone a complete revolution that nobody saw coming. How does a team that couldn't get stops to save their lives suddenly look like defensive sharks in the water? 2 words: Dana Bonner. Let's be real, the Fever's defense was a disaster last season. Dead last in the league. Teams walked all over them like they weren't even there. But that scrimmage footage that's been making the rounds, it looks like a completely different team. The defensive rotations, the communication, the reads, everything is sharper, faster, more connected. You can see 5 players moving as one unit instead of 5 individuals trying to figure things out. The craziest part? Analysts kept saying it would take years for Indiana to build a respectable defense. Years. But Bonner steps in and changes everything overnight. In that footage, she's literally pointing, talking, adjusting, directing traffic like a true floor general. She knows exactly where everyone needs to be and communicates it in real time. That championship experience isn't just for show. She's reading plays before they even develop and guiding younger players through complex defensive situations they've never seen before. And you know what makes this defensive transformation even more dangerous? Natasha Howard has found her perfect defensive partner. These 2 veterans have created this backbone that lets the young stars focus on scoring. Howard is blocking shots, diving for loose balls, contesting everything, embodying what Coach White calls that dig mentality. The energy is contagious. Watch that scrimmage again and count how many times Howard makes a hustle play that wouldn't have happened last season. What's really got teams worried is how this defense is fueling their offense. Every stop they get turns into transition opportunities. Coach Stephanie White has this team committed to playing fast, and now they actually have the defensive chops to make it happen. You can see the difference in how they communicate. Players calling out screens, rotating perfectly, helping and recovering, stuff that was completely missing last year. This isn't just about better schemes or adding a couple defenders. The entire mentality has shifted. Dana Bonner's impact goes beyond her individual defense. She's changed how everyone approaches that end of the floor. It's creating this ripple effect where suddenly everyone is dialed in, everyone is accountable. Let's be real, what we're witnessing with the Indiana Fever isn't just a random lineup adjustment. This is the dawn of something special that has veterans across the league sweating. The scrimmage footage doesn't lie. With Clark's newfound physical presence complemented by a completely reimagined defensive identity, Indiana has transformed from lottery team to legitimate threat overnight. The playoff conversation isn't just wishful thinking anymore. Team chemistry has replaced individual accolades as the priority, and that unified approach is already paying dividends on the court. Whether you're Team Clark or not, you can't ignore what's happening in Indiana. The panic spreading through the WNBA? It's absolutely justified.